trapped at third and tagging out. And 2nd and 2. Handoff goes to McCaffrey up the middle. Finds a little room. Lot more room. And he's off to the races.
Welcome to the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. You're listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show with your host, Kate Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with the large heart, and co-host Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. Also co-hosting Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. These are your hosts, bringing you the ultimate in sports news for the ultimate sports fan. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now sit back and prepare to get into another episode of the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
Yo, what up, everybody? We want to welcome back my man Mo. He been gone for a little while. What's up, Mo?
What's going on, brother?
Family doing well. Mom's still a little bit underneath the weather, so we're going to keep on praying for Mom, as we always do. Pray for you. You back on top again. I'm just waiting for Dave to get on board and be seen and be heard. Man, it's been a nice summer right now. I tell you, I'm enjoying my summer. Getting time off is wonderful. It's wonderful.
I missed that Steelers background, bro. That was awesome.
I don't know what you're talking about. I plead the fifth, ladies and gentlemen. I plead the fifth. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that right there. You see the brown. You really don't see Marshall's down here. He's right behind me. I got Marshall, you know what I'm saying? I got him right there. He's hiding, but he's here.
Is that Kozar or is that what you call it?
I don't know what Mo's talking about. Some Steelers stuff. I have no idea what he's talking about. But anyway, hey, welcome to another show. Season 5. We're at 163rd, 164th, 165th episode. So we've been doing this thing for quite a while. And Purvine's been doing it longer than the number of shows we have. It's just that we had to start somewhere and we had to leave out some things, and we did. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the nature of the beach and the fun and the sun. I saw somebody over the weekend, and we were just talking and general talking, and they said to me that keep up your podcast, sports podcast. I really like what you're doing. So I appreciate that. That makes me feel good when somebody, gives me a little shout out when I'm out in public and I see them, and they say, I think you're doing good and keep doing what you're doing. Any positive, anytime you get something positive like that, it makes you feel a little bit better when you do what you do, what I do, and how I do it on the show. So real quick, let's go ahead and knock out this baseball thing, because I know somebody really don't want to talk about baseball. I ain't gonna say nobody's name. I ain't gonna say nobody's name. But you'll find out when I talk about the rankings, because there's three teams I definitely gotta talk about when I'm giving them the rankings. You know what I'm saying? One's in the American League and two's in the National League. Actually, yeah, three's in the National League. And of course, one of them is the Dodgers, my team. But let's go ahead and get started. And I'm gonna be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't watch the home run derby. I didn't even watch the All-Star game. I forgot that it was on. I didn't know what channel was on. I didn't know what day it came on. I don't know if they don't advertise it enough to make you want to watch it. But I didn't see no parts of the game.
Transcribed.
I didn't see no parts of the game at all. I can't even tell you who won the game. I don't know nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been behind the 8 ball on this baseball thing for a minute. And I don't know. It's not really that football or basketball is taking over with, but baseball just ain't with baseball ain't baseball no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just not the same. Dane, is that you?
Yes, sir.
All right. We got Dana on the line. Dana, how Pop's doing?
He's doing good, man.
bad news today.
Oh man.
I don't have none of my stuff popping until tomorrow. Somebody said it was in my backpack. They took it to the local town. My sister got it, and she in Tampa. So I don't have none of my stuff. And I have two black people while I was working at my dad at the hospital.
Well, that's cool, Dana. We understand, man. You know, things happen. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you got your bag back, you ain't lose no money, you ain't lose your credit cards, the keys or nothing, did you?
I ain't lose no credit cards or nothing.
Okay, it's good. So as long as now you know what your sister can do, she can always call in and she can come in on your behalf and do that Black History moment. Now, if she wants to stay and do something else, that's fine with us too. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no wrong with having little
She's
sisters.
mad at me right now.
Why she mad?
When people going through family their ways and stuff.
Yeah.
So I ain't mad at them. I just let them have their time until they call me back.
Okay. So let's go ahead and knock out this NLB again. Hey, who won the All-Star game?
National League. American League won 9 in a row.
Who was the score?
I watched it.
3-2, I think.
3-2.
Okay, see, I don't know. I mean, since I started working these 10-hour days, they've been like 12-hour days to me because I gotta get up and take my wife to work. Now, check this out, guys. I work 10 hours, right? I work 10-hour days and off on Fridays during the summertime because ain't no kids in school. So if I do that, I could get up around 7:30ish and go to work and work till 4:35, 5:30, somewhere around there. As long as I put in my 37.5 hours a week, I'm good. But have to get up at 5:45 to take my wife to work. That makes my 10-hour day into a 13-hour day. So I'll be sitting at home, nodding off. Can't wait till 9 o'clock to get here so I can get into bed now, because I got to take her to work in the morning. So that 5:45 is killing me. I can't wait till we go back to the regular hours. And then what's on top of it?
We're almost back in.
My neighbor across the street is the one that takes her to work in the morning, so I get to sleep in because I ain't got to be to work till 8. You know what I'm saying? I can sleep in. You know what I'm saying? So my 10-hour day turned into a 13, 14-hour day, and if you never did this before, it's kind of rough. So I'm debating if I want to go back to working 5 days a week next summer and just taking Fridays off because I got so much vacation. I can use my vacation on the Fridays to take off and be cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not greedy like that.
Take Monday off.
No, I need my Fridays. I need Fridays.
Mondays off.
It's Friday is your best day.
Yeah, man, because
Monday.
Because Thursday.
I say Monday because it's almost football season in the show.
Yeah, like I was off today. I had a comp day I took off today. So I got some stuff done around the studio. I got it cleaned up a little bit and took some clothes to the mission, some sneakers, some shoes, some pants, some shirts, stuff that I can't wear no more. I took it up to the mission. But most of the day I just sit around and relax. And I probably would have slept till like 11, 12 o'clock. If my friend who was a Philly fan wouldn't have called me, woke me up talking about Trey Turner and the other dude in Philly, you know what I'm saying? And so I got up, took my wife to work this morning, came back, ate breakfast, and I said, well, I did promise my neighbor I would cut her grass. So I cut her grass. Once I cut the grass, I was good because I was back in the house. You know what I'm saying? I said I'd go take me a little nap, and then I woke up and watching I've been watching Suits on Netflix, and I've been watching SWAT on Netflix too. Two pretty good shows, and then there's another show called 65 that's coming out on Netflix. I want to check out. Also, by the way, man, I went to go see Mission Impossible. That's a really good movie, man. If you're not into Mission Impossible,
pretty good.
If you're not into it, don't really go because you're going to be lost. Because there's a part 2 to this one. But if you are into it, man, make sure you go check it out. I told my wife today, I said, listen, I said, you know what? If I feel like I missed something, I said, maybe I need to go back and watch this again. This one, this is yeah. See, and that's one of those movies that you watch and then you go back and watch it again. You know, like Django, I can watch. I've watched. I know I've watched Django at least 20 times. And out of 20 times, I'll always get up and go somewhere and do something. Even though I saw the movie, I'm always missing a part. Yeah, I'm always missing a part some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always watch. My wife said, "You watching that movie again?" I'm like, "Yeah." You know what I'm saying? I said, "If you don't bother me and just let me watch it all the way through, then I probably won't watch it for me because I watched everything." You know what I'm saying? I watched everything at one time. So anyway, but yeah, check out I gotta go see Indiana Jones too, because that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how long my man he gonna be around for how long he gonna be around because he's starting to show his age.
That was pretty good.
But I definitely gotta check out Indiana Jones. All right, so let's get down to some MLB baseball 2023. As the fellas told you guys, the National League finally won a game 3-2. Don't really matter none because it does the World Series don't pertain to who gets what anymore. So it's just a game of fun. I did watch the home run derby, which is really good, and I thought my man was gonna win. It was what's his who's the guy
Julio Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, right. I thought he had another full home runs in him, man. At the end, he was right there.
Yeah,
He was right there, man. But that goes to show you, and that goes to show you how tough it is to sit there and hit home runs like that back to back to back to back to back. You know, you gotta definitely be in shape. You gotta have them big tree trunk arms and stuff like that. Y'all know Bobby Bonilla got paid again this year. His contract, I think he got what's his 2020, this is 2023. I think his contract ends in 2026.
I don't think so. I think it's like 32.
I think it's like 32 or 43.
Oh my lord! So you're gonna get $1 million in 2034
until 2035.
2035. That man got so he's 12 years. He got 12 years coming to him still. The Mets, you got to be the dumbest organization. It just don't make any sense.
They shouldn't have gotten that Ponzi scheme. They would have made out.
Yo, I don't know who his agent is, but that dude, I know he's sitting back going every time Bobby gets his picture, he go cha-ching, cha-ching. And other major league guys that just got drafted, go find out who his agent is and grab him up real fast, real quick in a hurry, because so you're gonna get that cha-ching, cha-ching. When you're like he's been retired like 10 years now, maybe a little bit over 10 years, and still getting paid. You got to talk about.
He's been retired for like 20 years. Bobby Bonilla is 60 years old now.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, hear that? He's been retired for 20 years and still getting paid by the Mets. You would have thought the Mets would have came to him and said, "Look, man, we just gonna give you all your money at one time and get you out the way, so we can use that money for somebody else." But this is talking about the Mets.
His agent is smart.
Very smart, very smart. All right, so let's try to get to the MLB standings 2023. This is July 17th, 2023, and the American League, Tampa Bay Rays are 60-36. They are in first place. They're 35-15 at home, 25-21 on the road. They got some road problems. I can see this right now. I don't know if they're gonna be that good on the road when it comes time to be the baddest man on the block. But they're plus 152 run differential, lost one game, 3-7 in the last 10. The Baltimore Orioles, who are playing starts a series with the Dodgers today, and I didn't know it. If I realized, I probably would have went to Baltimore, took some time off. Like I had the day off, I could have went down and watched the game and came on back. Baltimore Orioles play the Dodgers for 3 games coming up. Orioles are in second place. They're 57-35. One game out first place, 29-18 at home, 28-17 on the road. They're plus 53 in run differential. Won 8 games in a row. They're 8-2 in the last 10. They are on the road. They are on the road. Toronto Blue Jays, who's 53-41, 6 games on the first place. 26-18 at home, 27-23 on the road. A run differential of 44. Won 4 games in a row, 8-2 in the last 10. So it looked like maybe the Baltimore Orioles are the hottest team in the American League right now. Hey, Dana.
Yes, sir.
Guess who tied for last place?
Who?
Guess in American League East. Guess who tied for last place?
The Yankees.
Yeah, Yankees. The Yankees and the Red Sox are fighting for who is going to be at last place at 50 and 44. And the thing about it is, if you take that 50 wins, you put them in the Central Division, they in first place. You put them in the West, they're in third place. You know what I'm saying? You put them in the National East, they're next to last. You put them in the Central Division, they're tied for second. You put them in the West, they're next to last. Yo, and Mo, you can talk about this. I've never seen a team depend on one player so much that this is what's happening to the Yankees are 50 and 44. You're 28-23 at home.
San Francisco Giants for Barry Bonds.
Yeah, but I've never seen something like this. I mean, but they were still. Well, I can't. I had to look and see back then about Barry Bonds, but they always had somebody else on the team with Barry, right?
Let's talk about the Chicago Cubs with Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, but they was never predicted to win the World Series.
Because it was just Sammy Sosa on the Cubs. I get what you're saying, that the Yankees have a lot more than just Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is that good, though. That's why you thought he was coming out to LA last.
I shouldn't. Well, I'm gonna say this. When he didn't sign with San Diego, I kind of thought that was strange. But then the other guy who went somewhere else, there was another guy they tried to go after, and he didn't sign with San Diego, and they had the money for him. I said, something ain't right with San Diego. You know what I'm saying? So you had 2 prominent all-star players on the team, and two of them, I mean, they would have been all-star players going forward. But they didn't sign for more money to play with the Padres. So there's something going on in San Diego. And maybe it's the Padre. Maybe he need to grow. Maybe he need to get dreadlocks or something, because even though he got bald spot, the hair that he does have, maybe they need to want to dreadlock it up or plait it up or twist it up or something. Give it a change or something, because right now it's not really working for him. It's not really working for him. But anyway, I think we got Lou on the line. With Lou, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
I'm doing good. Good to hear from you. In the Central Division, we got the Minnesota Twins who are 48-46, 26-22 at home, 22-24 on the road. They're plus 32 run differential, won 3 games in a row. They're 64 in the last 10. Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago, Kansas City all have losing records in that division. That's the only division that Boston or the Yankees can go to, and they would be leading that division.
Mm-hmm.
Out west, Texas Rangers are 55-39, 30-18, 25-21 on the road. They got to fix that. Run differential 159, won 3 games in a row. They're 5-5 in the last 10. Houston Astros are 3 games out. They're 52-42, 25-22 at home, 27-20 on the road, plus 51 run differential, 1 game, 64 in the last 10. Seattle Mariners, who was very disappointing to me, they're 46-46, and the Los Angeles Angels, who are 46-48. Now, this is my thing. Like, okay, so let's talk about Ohtani for a minute. So you have Ohtani, who's a pitcher, and you have Ohtani, who's the DH, okay, and then you have Mike Trout out there. Do you think it's time for them guys to look for greener pastures, Mo?
Well, most definitely. Ohtani needs to just come to the Yankees. I don't understand why he hasn't even already requested a trade to New York, because he likes to be on the West Coast. But where did Ichiro end up playing in New York? So you might as well just do it early. You might as well just do it early. Be like Godzilla.
Be like Godzilla.
Godzilla played most of his whole career. So just come on home. Come on to the East Coast because that's where he needs to be. Now Mike Trout, he needs to be in Philly. That's where he's always loved. He's always loved Philly. So they might as well send him to Philly. That's where he deserves to play.
So let me ask you guys a question. Now when Bryce Harper went to the Phillies, first thing Bryce Harper chirped about was, we need to bring Mike Trout here. So the Angels go out there and they give him a new contract. So now, do you think that contract backfired on the Angels? Because again, since Mike Trout's been there, I don't think they made the playoffs at all. I don't even think they've been close to making the playoffs. But he's a ticket. Yeah. He's a ticket drawer for one. But again, do you think that was a smart move on the Angels' part, or should they have just traded him or try to, not letting him walk for trading? Mo, what's your thoughts on that one?
They had to try. When you have an all-star player like Mike Trout, used to be one of the best five hitters in the league, you have to try to build him up. That's why they tried Rendon. They tried a couple of people that they tried to surround him with. It just didn't work out. It's just one of those things where they just don't have enough, and they don't have enough in their farm system to bring up enough guys because Jose Aldor, I think, was – look at that. Now I'm talking about UFC. They had a hitter who was supposed to be really good, Adele, I think was his name, Joe Adele, who was supposed to be really good, who flopped. So, I mean, the problem is when you have a once-in-a-lifetime all-star, you have to try and keep them, just like they have Ohtani. But now the problem is Ohtani's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. So if they're not going to make the playoffs, they might as well just let him go at least trade him because you got to get something back for him. And they can get 3 prime athletes right now because of how good he is, because he does both. He pitches and he also hits. Right now, he's the best hitter in the American League. He's like the 3rd best pitcher. It's crazy to have that in one player.
Okay, Dana, what's your thoughts on Ohtani? And where do you think he should end up going?
Down there where the Georgia Peach is at.
Okay, so
It's all in. Let's go in and get him to the Braves. Okay. We can really have a lock on that World Series, man. Probably for the next 3 years.
Yeah, you definitely.
We take Mike Trout too, so we good. I just think Mike Trout needs a new season. He just needs a new scenery.
Okay. I think we're going to hear Ohtani going to everybody's favorite team. Lou, Ohtani, where you think he should go, and where you think Mike Trout should go? Who you got on your list of takers?
Well, the thing is, what's happened to the Eagles if they actually lose? So they got, the Eagles are not in really much contention. Even with them, it's even impressive. But I do like both teams that going to the Braves. I mean, they're a powerhouse now, and it's really even more of Ohtani while they're going there. Trout has a career path as well. He's getting up there now. Maybe send him to Baltimore.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm going to Baltimore.
Yeah.
That would not be a bad idea, going to Baltimore. Okay. So Lou's the only one that's not jockeying for his own team to get Ohtani or Trout. Mo wants him
the Yankees might steal him.
Mo wants him in New York. Dana wants to go down to Atlanta.
Wow.
But doing my research though, they said there's only 2 teams that actually got great farm players that can grab him up for some players that they want back in return. And they said, believe it or not, the Rangers have a really great farm system right now. So they would probably be the number 1 team in trade in the one. They would be the number 1 team if the Angels look to trade him because of the farm system they got. And you heard Mo say you can get at least 3 prospects that's going to be starters in the major league real soon, like next year or even right now on the Angels. Because if you take Otani off the team and you take Trout off the team, then you basically saying we're going to rebuild. So they probably won't be the only two pieces that probably get shipped out as well. You know what I'm saying? Now they do got a new owner there, and the new owner may be trying to jockey himself in this position to try to keep them around, but it just ain't happening right now. If at 46 and 48, they're 2 games below 500. They're next to last. They won't catch Oakland 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 slash Las Vegas Athletics because they only won 25 games and they're 70. They're third. They're third. I think this probably been the biggest gap in a while. I've seen 30 and a half games out of first place. They would have to catch fire to even get. So now the other team was the Dodgers, who they said has a great farm system. They're in the process of maybe going up to show Otani as well. Mike Trout, and like Dana said, I mean like Mo said, um, Philly will probably be his destination because he's from that area. He loves the Phillies. Grew up a Philly fan, but Baltimore sounds very very interesting to me. I think that would be a good move because Baltimore, maybe if Baltimore get an extra bat like that on their team, that would be much dangerous for them. The only issue though is Mike Trout. He'll be playing some meaningful baseball in September, October, but the weather in Baltimore in September, October can be a little shaky. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you're going to get until you wake up. You know, like my man said, you open up a box. What do you say about open up a box of chocolates? You never know what you're going to get. You just know you're going to get chocolate. You get chocolate with peanut butter. You're going to get chocolate with nuts. You're going to get chocolate with cream. So, in Baltimore, you really don't know what you're going to get day to day when it comes to weather during that time period. But he would definitely be playing some meaningful baseball for Baltimore Orioles. So I like that pick, Mo. I mean, I like that pick, Lou. Um, I mean, I ain't gonna be greedy and say bring Mike Trout and Otani to the Dodgers. But if it happens, I wouldn't be mad at nobody at all. I think that would be nice. But I'm really want Otani because I think this might be it for Clayton. He's on the DL again. He had an issue with his shoulder, and he's gonna be on DL for another 14 days. They say it's nothing serious, but um, the way he throws that baseball, man, you got to be a certain type of player to play baseball and be a pitcher. You know what I'm saying? That the way you throw that ball and that the mechanics of your arm and your elbow, because you're throwing that ball hard. And I guarantee you, if you became a pitcher, you understand why you only pitch once every 4 to 5 days, or maybe 5 to 6 days, or whatever. If you got a nice rotation, but again, like I said, Rangers are number one, Dodgers number two. I think Philly was number three. I think Philly was 3 or 4. I can't remember. It was 4 teams they talked about. I can't remember who the fourth other team was, but they said the ones they got the most the farm system, the best farm system. If they were to pick him out of the Angels. So in the National League, my man Dana's team, the Atlanta Braves is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, even though they lost 2 in a row, they're still on fire. They're 61 and 31. 30, they're 31 and 17 at home, 30 and 14 on the road. If I'm not mistaken, they probably got the best road record. Let me just look at this again. Yeah, they got the best road record right now in the majors. They got the first one to 30 wins on the road. They're a plus 148 run differential. They lost 2 games in a row, Dana, 6 and 4. I don't know who you're playing, but y'all better get it together. The Mars 3 and 42, 9.5, 9.5 games out of first place. 30 and 18 at home, 23 and 24 on the road, and they're minus 10 run differential. Lost 3 in a row. They're 5-5 in the last 10. And I gotta talk about the Philadelphia Phillies, who are 51 and 42, 10 and a half games out of first place, 25 and 17 at home, 26 and 25 away from home. Won 3 games in a row. They're 7-3 in the last 10. And the reason why I bring those Phillies up because my friend, he's a big Philly fan, and this is all he says to me: "Are we gonna see y'all when the playoffs come?" I'm like, "Yo, y'all not even in the playoffs. That's what you said last year. I'm like, we're not talking about last. We're talking about right now. He said, y'all lost to the Padres. I said, okay, but you see what the record is with the Padres right now. With all the money they spend, all the dynamite lineup they got, they still can. We still got a better record than they do, and we beat them head to head the most. But he's a Philly fan, and he's wants me to believe. He says we don't care about winning the division. We just want to get in the wild card and do what we did last year. And I was like, what y'all do last year? He said we went to World Series. I said, did you win? He's like, no. I said, then why are you talking about it? Nobody cares about who came in second place. But I don't want to steal his joy at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to steal his joy, so I let him talk. And then all I have to say to him is, okay, okay, okay. That's all I say to him. So in the Central Division, you got the Milwaukee Brewers at 52-42. They're 26-21 at home, 26-21 on the road. They're -8 run differential, won 4 games in a row, 7-3 in the last 10. Cincinnati Reds are 50-44, 2 games out of first place, 23-24 at home, 27-20 on the road, -14 run differential, lost 4 games in a row, 5-5 in the last 10. They got to get it together. You got the Cubs, the Pirates, and the Cardinals pulling up in the rear. Out west, you got the Dodgers with 53-39, 29-16 at home, 24-23 on the road. Got to fix that road record. They're +85 run differential, lost 1 game, 7-3 in the last 10. San Francisco Giants, who are 52-41, a game and a half out of first place. They're 26-22, 26-19 at home, +39 run differential, 1-5 in the road, 64 in the last 10. They're probably the second hottest team out there. The Padres are 44-50. 10 games out of first place, +36, lost 3 games in a row, 6-4 in the last 10. And then I think Tatis Jr. got hurt the other day with his ankle or something. I don't know how long he's going to be out. I don't know if he's going to be in a DL or not. But that's going to blow. That's a blow to them. But I'm not a Padres fan, so I really don't watch them a lot. But if I had to think about it, I would probably say that I have to say it might be pitching. They're a +36 run differential, right? So that means they're blowing teams out and then they're getting blown out at the same time. But their run differential is +36, which means they should have more wins than 44 wins. They should be like 50-44 in all actuality. So something's just not going on. The team is 19-27 on the road. That means they can't win on the road. So they got to get some consistency going on because I don't know if you're gonna see. I don't know if they're gonna be in a market for trading for somebody because they really ain't got no money. I don't think. But we'll see where that goes. But my friend that was a Padre fan, I can't find him nowhere on Facebook. I be peeking in around the corners. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to get around the corner. Facebook, see if he's out there somewhere. He up there in the clouds somewhere. I'm like, yo, Mancini, where you at? I ain't seen you in a while, Mancini. You was posting about the Padres doing this and the Padres doing that, and all this about the Padres and Padres ruled at California. They going to the World Series because they lost last year. But I don't. I'm just looking in my pocket. I can't find the Padres in my pocket. I can't find them nowhere. Only place I can find them is next to last. But they're in front of they're in front of the Colorado Rockies and behind the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's all I can say about the Padres. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's our baseball news for the day. Real quick, I'm gonna do my Black History moment, and then we're gonna send it over to my man Mo, and then Mo can do his thing from there on. James, let me introduce you to James Durham. Born May 2nd, 1772, died 1802. As known as James Durham, was an American physician and emancipated slave who was the first African American to formally practice medicine in the United States. Despite practicing medicine, he never received an MD in degree. That's crazy right there. Practicing medicine. That's like as little kids, you know how you want to play doctor and you want to sew somebody up and you do all that you ain't got a degree. They sold nothing. Can't even sew a button on a shirt, and you out there trying to sew somebody's skin together. Okay, but he was born in Philadelphia province of Pennsylvania. Better known as the first African American physician. James Durham was born into slavery in Philadelphia in 1762. As a child, Durham was transferred to Dr. John Kersley Jr. Now, listen to this, ladies. He was transferred. What in the heck is transferred? What's that? You transfer money. You transfer your soda to the refrigerator or your water to the bottled water to the refrigerator. You transfer it. You transfer a human being. Okay, is that how they worded it? Okay. John Kersley Jr. Okay. Under whom Durham studied medicine. From Dr. Kersley, Durham learned about compound medicine with a focus on cutting illnesses out of curing illnesses. Let me turn my computer around here. Curing illness of the throat, as well as practicing bedside manners. Upon Dr. Kersley's death, Durham, then 15 years old, was moved between several different masters. Oh, now he's moved to masters, but he was transferred to another guy. I'm a little confused here. Somebody need to help me out with this. Between several different masters before finally settling with Dr. George West, a surgeon from a British regiment during the American Revolutionary War. He was eventually transferred again, this time to New Orleans Dr. Robert Dove. As assistant at Dove's practices, Durham and Dove became friends. Dove eventually granted Durham his freedom. With some financial assistance from Dove, Durham opened his own medical practice in New Orleans. By 1789, his practice is reported to have made about $3,000 annually. In 1788, Durham and Mr. Benjamin Rush met each other in Philadelphia and corresponded with one another for 12 years. Durham found letter Rush in 1802 is the last record of his existence. It is believed that after Spanish authorities restricted Durham from treating throat disease in 1809, Durham left his practice in New Orleans. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. James Durham, the first Black African American to practice medicine. Mo, it's your show.
Oh, it is now. Okay, so we're going to just change the name to Mo Money, Mo Money, Mo Money. Okay, so I tire of doing individual people. I like to do moments, like you saw when I did with the moment for Muhammad Ali, when I did for the moment talking about when I had time for Philly the other day. I think that was about a month ago. I think everything went crazy after I messed with Philly. Maybe I should stop messing with Philly. Nah, I ain't gonna ever stop messing with Philly. So anyway, my moment today is called The Fight, also known as The War. That was the Marvin Hagler versus Tommy Hitman Hearns fight. If you guys don't know, there's a big fight that I've been talking about for a while. July 29th. It's going to be my boy Bud Crawford putting the smack down on Errol Spence. Biggest fight since probably the war. Back in April 15th, 1985, tax day back in the day. Marvin Hagler was the undisputed champion. People hated Marvin Hagler. Marvelous Marvin Hagler was what they called him. And he was fighting Tommy Hearns, 6'1", 159 pounds of nothing. Boy was skinny. Boy could throw them hands, though. So Sugar Ray had already retired at that time period. At the same time, he came back to fight one of these guys. Actually, I think he fought both of them. But the funny thing about it was this was supposed to be a fight because both of them were supposed to be amazing. Best fight probably billed for probably in 20 years back in 85. Pre-fight, Marvin Hagler was 22-2. Tommy Hearns was 40-1. Marvin Hagler was only 5'9". Thomas Hearns was 6'1". All the belts, WBA, WBC, IBF, and the ring middleweight champion was Marvin Hagler. Tommy Hearns was a super welterweight champion, so he was coming up in weight with his skinny little self. If you don't remember the fight, I can send you something. It's like 19 minutes. It was 3 rounds. 3 rounds. When Bernie Mac talked about 3 minutes, that's all he needs, somebody get knocked out. It took Tommy Hearns almost 9 minutes to get knocked out. But at the same time, Marvin Hagler put it on this man. Even though Tommy Hearns came out punching in the first one, looked like Marvin Hagler was staggered. He cut him so bad. He had blood coming down his face. But then Tommy Hearns made a mistake. He actually tried to fight Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And Marvin Hagler depended. Anybody remember to watch them dogs about the Fife dog and the Doberman walking past and the Fife dog bumping up against the cage? Who the hell left the gate open? Tommy Hearns learned who left the gate open. Even though Marvin Hagler was more like the Fife dog and Tommy Hearns was like Doberman. That day the Doberman got his butt beat because he knocked him out. Knocked him out silly. Where the referee got him up. He got him up at 9, but then he looked at him. He couldn't even walk. Dude couldn't even look. He didn't know where in the world he was. That's what's going to happen to Errol Spence. I feel sorry for his moms. I feel sorry for Errol. They're going to call him Earl after the fight because it's going to be E-A-R-L. It ain't going to be Errol no more because he's going to lose a couple letters because it's going to be bad. It's going to be a real upsetting to his family, and I'm sorry for what's going to happen. But Bud about to get paid. Bud about to get that recognition because this is the best fight that I've seen build in like 20 years. So I'm looking forward to this. This is my boy Felix Trinidad beat down. Okay, he didn't beat him, but he won. Still don't know if he won the fight or not versus De La Hoya, but he won the fight. That is why I look forward to boxing because you never know. Somebody could get knocked out. And that's what I want to see. I want to see a knockout. I want to see Dad get up and knock Dana out. That's what I want to see. So Dana has something to talk about. That could be his Black History moment next week. I want to see my mama get out of the bed, knock me out. So then I can have a Black History moment. I want to see Kev Dix back in front of that stealing thing so he feel knocked out again. All I'm saying is life is too short, people. You got to enjoy it. You got to have fun with it. You got to enjoy your life. I really wanted to go to Vegas to see the Errol Spence and the Bud Crawford fight, but for $600, I sit my butt at home and enjoyed the Black History moment on Apollo Group TV. Yes, Kev. I gave my little advertisement again. Apollo Group TV. Look it up. It's worth it. And I guess I give you your show back now.
Nah, go ahead and finish. So you done talking boxing, period?
Well, what else is there to talk about? What else is there to talk about? Until the 29th. I mean, we've had some good fights already. We're actually going to have Haney versus coming up. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of good fights coming up. Starting to fight each other.
All right, so let's talk about NFL for a minute. Let's talk about the franchise tag. We know that Barkley and Jacobs both got tagged today. Neither one was close to getting what they really wanted. Tony Pollard.
He was.
Huh?
I was saying he was tagged as well, right?
Yeah, Tony Pollard was tagged. He got $10 million. I don't know what the devil he was thinking about. He should have got more.
Yeah.
But I guess he's going to be user friendly to the Cowboys right now because they know they ain't got no running back, and that's why I think Tony Pollard should have been negotiating a little bit more money than what he got. If he's going to sign something. I mean, and I don't know if you sign a franchise tag, if you can include incentives into the contract or not, because you're getting paid the average what the running backs make in the NFL, right? And I'm looking at the salaries right now of the top four running backs right now. Derrick Henry makes $16 million. Nick Chubb makes $14 million. Joe Mixon makes $12 million. Now that the franchise tag has been in place, Barkley, Jacob, and Pollard both make $10 million. After that, no running back makes over a double-digit figure. I'm gonna give you some names, for example. Austin Eckler makes $9 million, need to be paid more. Alvin Kamara makes $8 million, should be paid more. Jonathan Taylor makes $5 million, definitely should be paid more. Christian McCaffrey, he's getting 3 million on the cap, but his total salary is like 16. So that's his a little bit different. And if I name a couple of these like Miles Sanders, um, Miles Sanders making $2 million. Cam Akers makes $1 million. Man, look here. I'm gonna say this. You got a couple running backs here. Highest paid running back in the thousands is Tayshaun Spears, running back for Tennessee Titans. He makes $998,000. Elijah Mitchell, he's right there at 98. Who else we know in here? It might be a good running back. See, I don't see nobody else in there. Anybody would they punch out and they would just jump out at you and you could say, yeah, I know who this guy is. I know Raheem Blackshear, he's running back for Carolina. He should be the starting running back, I think, going forward. But now you got the lowest. Let me see. The lowest paid guy is the running back B.J. Baylor, plays for Atlanta Falcons. He makes $450,000 to be a running back. So you go from 450. You go from 450 million. 400. You go from 450,000 to approximately 16 million. And these running backs get the ball more than anybody else. They get the ball more than wide receivers. They get the ball more than fullbacks. They get the ball more than tight ends. They're in the backfield, so they get tackled more. You use them you use them out wide. You use them split. You use them as a Z, the Y, the U, the X. Sometimes you use them as a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And now you franchise these dudes. And I'm just trying to figure out 12, 14, that's MC, 16 and 14 is 30, plus 12, that's 42, right? 42? Yeah, 16 and 14 is 30, plus 12 is 42. 42 divided by 4 is roughly, 42 divided by 4 is 10. Yeah, it's about $10 million. So they're getting the average right there at 10. With Barkley, Jacobs, and Pollard, and you got Connors and Eckler. And I can understand why Eckler probably wants to leave, because he's probably going to get released after next year, because they got to give that sorry quarterback they got out there all that money, who threw all them interceptions the second half of the playoff game. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is this right here: as wide receiver, as running backs in the NFL, if you go out and look at they showed the stats on ESPN where they had most of the running backs from Pollard on up to Derrick Henry is 45% of the offense. 45% of the offense. Just think about that, guys. One player is 45% of the offense. So you got 55% left. So you're sharing that 55% with a tight end, another running back, a wide receiver, 2 wide receivers, and the quarterback. So that's 5 different players on offense that you're sharing the ball with, and you have the ball 45% of the time. What is going on? Why is that running backs are not being paid more than what they're being paid for now? Is there the lifespan of a running back that devalued, that this is how they go? I don't know. Dana, talk to me, man. What you thinking? Your boy Dalvin Cook said, I guess y'all trying to give him like $7 million for 2 years, which would be 14, and he's gonna get guaranteed like 6. Dana, is that sound familiar to you with Dalvin Cook? Because he said he don't want to go to Miami now.
Something close. I mean, Dalvin Cook, they hurt a lot, but it would have been a good pickup just to continue work with that offense and see a break. But I think the young guys will step up this year, but running back position is dang near obsolete now. I mean, because a lot of that stuff is like throw passes to the wideouts and the tight end.
So let me ask you a question real quick, Dana. Do you think you're gonna see more players like Debo for San Francisco having more a major part in the offense than you're gonna see running backs?
Yes, those hybrids between running back and receiver.
Okay. Lou, what's your thoughts?
Well, I think the average lifespan of the I think it's like 2 years really does evaluate. I mean, there's not much room to go on. So I think it does have some related to it. It's, in 4 year span.
Hey Mo, what by position? Do you know who has the most players in the Hall of Fame?
It's got to be quarterback.
You would think quarterback?
Yeah. But the one thing we need to also look at is there's also another position in the NFL that is safety. They are not paying safeties anymore. Only the best, like Minka got paid, Jesse Bates got paid a little bit, but no safeties aren't getting paid. Like Keanu Neal signed with the Steelers for like $4 million over 2 years. He used to be one of the best safeties in the game. So it's all about the passing game, but the NFL is becoming a flag football league, so we'll see. Offensive linemen still getting paid though, still getting paid.
Now, and you think about the left tackle probably gets paid more than anybody else. I think the center and left tackle should be the ones that should get paid the most, in my personal opinion, because you need to have that guy on the blind side, and you got to have a smart guy at center, right? That knows how to make the switches on the offensive line, call the audibles, things like that. I'm just looking at I'm looking at the Hall of Fame right now by position. All right, and they got a quarterback. Let me see. Let me see. It's not saying how many. Okay, so they're saying fullback, running backs. They have 32. No, I'm saying they got 24. They got 24 running back. No, man, how they got this thing set up? Halfback, fullback, quarterback. I don't know. This don't make no sense. And wide receivers. George Halas played what position? Did he play?
I thought George Halas.
Man,
I don't know George Halas.
George
You mean George Blanda?
No, they got E with 7. It's 7 people. Morris, Badro, Guy, Chamberlain, Ray Flattery, George Halas, Bill.
Oh, those are defensive ends.
Okay, so they got 7 defensive ends.
Well, no, and we used to be tight end. That was Don Hudson.
Okay, so they got 7 tight ends right now. They got 20. It looked like it got 29.
Well, no, you'll see. There were different positions back in the day.
Right. So it looked like DB's 36. Wow, they got a lot of DBs in here. So
DBs play different positions.
They got one punter, which is Ray Guy in here. They still don't have no field goal kicker in it. That's so disrespectful. DBs are 36, linebackers 31, defensive linemen is 38. They do got kickers in there. They got Morton Anderson, George Blanda, Lou Groza, and Jan Cheneru. So they got 4 kickers in here, and 1 punter. And they got guard and offensive lineman 48. That's a lot. But if you look back at quarterback and running back, they look like they have more running backs and they got quarterbacks in the pro and in the Hall of Fame. So the reason why I brought that up is because if you have a quarterback, if you have a running back that lasts longer than 4 years in the NFL now, only because they probably hit a little bit harder than they did back in the day. But I mean, I'm sorry, they last a little bit longer now because they don't hit as hard as they did back in the day. Because when you didn't have a face mask, you got tackled in the face, you got clothesline, your joint got grabbed. You know what I'm saying? All those things all the things they did to you back in the day, but you still hung around. You look at Jim Brown, 10 years in the NFL, and he walks away. Walter Payton, O.J. Simpson, Barry Sanders. I mean, you look at those guys who are Hall of Famers. They have been in the league a long. They have been in the league a long time, so they kind of did the right things to stay healthy. But now they're basically saying to us that most of the running backs in the NFL right now only last anywhere from 4 to 6 years. So you pay them accordingly. I don't. I have to disagree with that. But you look at Derrick Henry, and his numbers have went down significantly from last year. Nick Chubb's he's getting better every year he plays. Joe Mixon is they was trying to cut Joe Mixon, and if I'm not mistaken, Mo, didn't they give Joe Mixon didn't he restructure his contract?
Yeah, where he's only making $5 million
Right.
a year.
Right. So do you got two running backs out of the group that's making a significant amount of money. Derrick Henry is 7% of the 7% salary cap for Tennessee. Nick Chubb is 6% of the salary cap for the Browns. Joe Mixon is 5%, 6% of Cincinnati Bengals. Now you think about the Cincinnati Bengals. You look at what they have. They have a great quarterback. They got great wide receivers, great tight ends. They throw the ball a lot, right? So Mixon probably gets an opportunity to play a little bit longer than anybody else, though, because they don't need him to do everything. I think that if you would take McCaffrey and you was kept him in Carolina, he'd probably be done in 2 years. But now he's out San Francisco. Just think about what all he does. He plays quarterback. He plays running back. He plays wide receiver. He's probably gonna kick a field goal at one point in time. He's probably gonna be the whole placeholder, and he's probably gonna kick a punt. He's probably gonna be a punt returner and probably gonna be a kick returner because he does it all. But with San Francisco, he don't have to do all of that because they have other players around him. You know what I'm saying? So his longevity gets opportunities to last longer there than it does anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? If you think about 4 years ago, if I look at all these running backs on here, and you go back 4 years ago, I guarantee you the ones that got drafted they're not probably on the list. And actually, like so, Micah Parsons had a camp here last month. Okay, yeah. It was nice. The kids loved it and everything. And so there was another gentleman out there. You know, I don't want to go and say who you are. I don't know who you are. I mean, not that I want to, but I want the kids to enjoy themselves. You know what I'm saying? So when it was all over, I asked Micah's dad. I was like, "Yo, who's the other guy with Micah?" He said it was Aaron Jones. I was like, "Yo, he's small." He said, and Mike and Parsons, yeah, he said, but he said, I got a big heart. And if you look at Aaron Jones in the uniform for the Green Bay Packers running back, he looks huge. He looks huge. You hear me? But I'm like, man, he's a small guy. He's little, you know what I'm saying? He probably stands he probably 5'9", maybe. If he's at 200 pounds, I would be totally surprised. I don't know if maybe he bulks up over the time period football comes along. But he didn't look that guy. I was like, wow, I would have thought, But again, when you look at football players off the field and out of uniform, they don't look as big as they do in uniform. I remember seeing Orlando Pace. Orlando Pace was like 6'5", 6'6", but he had a lot of weight around the stomach. I love you, Orlando Pace, Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So again, we're looking at the running backs, and you got to question the NFL, man. And like Mo said, the safeties are not getting paid as well. And I think that what you're saying is that the owners are saying we're not going to guarantee so much money. So much money is going to go into incentives, into your contract. If you do this, if you do that, if you accomplish this, then you get the money.
Right.
I think we're going to see that more so now in the NFL than we've ever seen before because these contracts are crazy, crazy money, man. Crazy money when you get guaranteed $100 some million. I mean, you
Yeah.
get a contract for $100 some million, and you get guaranteed to walk out the door with a check that says $45 million. That's a lot of daggone money. That's a lot of cheese in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Dana,
Yes, sir.
talk to us. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'll it is stop right there. And I love what Tyreek is doing. Tyreek said he's going to be the first to get 2,000 yards and going to the Super Bowl. I'm a hold into that, but I mean it's going to be a hump this year. Baltimore coming back, and to me, Pittsburgh is too quiet. So I know they up to something. Like Cubs don't lose like that.
You'll see it this
I know they up to something. But the AFC is going to be tough. The NFC, and I think we're going to knock off. So really, that's all been on my mind. Waiting for the football season, and I just want to know how Jalen Rose gets fired off ESPN and they keep playing Tannenbaum.
year.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got a rant. I want to rant. I want to rant. But I'm doing my best, but my heart is at the hospital, and I'm really trying to think about that right now. But that's just a couple things that I see.
Then
And
I'm gonna answer that question for you about Jalen Rose. Jalen's contract is why he got cut, and why Mike Tannenbaum's didn't. It was about them. It's about show me the money, honey. That's what it's all
he's
about.
like, oh, you wanted more money?
No. Jalen was making more money than him because you got to remember Jalen was doing broadcasting and he was doing some shows. And he had his own show. Number one, then he would come on First Take sometimes. Then he would do the show. Then he would be the analyst on the NBA games. So Jalen was doing a lot for ESPN. You know what I'm saying? And his contract was quite
Yeah,
nice.
what?
So I think that was one of the reasons why
Okay, I have another request.
they. Go ahead.
They fired Jalen Rose, but they kept Malika Andrews. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
That girl is a bitch, man. It's like, oh, welcome to the draft. But you bought the draft back to the guy that put the girl. I'm like, really?
Yo, let me say
I'm like, really? You gonna do this right now at the draft?
let me say this right
And
here.
I got beef with you, Malika.
You ain't the only one that got beef for.
And I'm mad that they don't never put her in her place
Well,
and all that crazy stuff. And what's the name? Windhurst. He looking at her like, you need to tell her.
you know, Dane, I'm gonna say this to you. Sometimes they warn you about saying certain things, and they warn you again. That's all I'm gonna say. The thing about it is, there won't be another warning after this one. Because my thing is, if you're gonna bring on somebody's parade like that, bring on everybody's parade that has an issue. You know what I'm saying? Because the one kid came out here and how she's like, it's wonderful how his mother just raised him all by herself. And her being Caucasian, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, really? You are you really saying this on national television? Are you really saying it?
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and the thing about it is, if you really think about it, if you Mo and Lou, if you look at this draft right here, you see more fathers.
Yeah.
Excuse me, you see more fathers at this draft, at the NBA draft, than you've seen in a long, long time. In a long time.
Yes, I noticed that.
You know what I'm saying? In a long time.
Right.
A lot of times you just see the mom there and nobody else. Go ahead, Mo.
But you recognize they didn't talk much. It was always the mom and the child that were talking. The dad was in the background, hardly said anything. It was kind of weird to me. I think ESPN was just like, what we supposed to do with these dads? We ain't ever got them here. What they do? They talk? Do they know what to say? I mean, we used to talk to the moms. We used to talk to the draftee. Who's this man over here with you? Is that your dad, or is that your baby father, or is that your new man? You know, they don't want to get into all that because they ain't gonna ask all those questions. They know who the mom is because the child usually looks like the mom. But the dad, they like, I don't know if that's his real dad, I don't know if that's his fake dad, if that's his dad-in-law, who that is. So we ain't gonna talk to him because that's exactly what it looked like to me. Only one dad like sat in the middle and the mom sat on the side. I was just like, that's my dad right there. That's my dad.
And you, if you really think of like if you take Jason Tatum for one, they always show his mom. And his dad is right there. He talks about his dad, but he talks about his mom more so than anything else. And I think the way he talks about his mom is like the mom and dad, they wasn't together, and I think they kind of came together in a sense of being a Huxtable type of family or maybe something like that. But you never heard him talk about his dad. I don't know if his dad had always been his life or not, but it's just weird. And that's one of the things Dana, that's one of the things I took a notice to was how many fathers at the draft compared to the in the past. You know what I'm saying? So that means the fathers have some type of influence on these young men's lives, which is good because you need your father in your life. And ladies, y'all might get mad at me if y'all want to, but I'm gonna tell you this right here. A woman can't raise a boy to be a man. She can raise him to be a grown-up, but it takes a man to raise a man. I'm not saying that a woman can't raise a child because plenty of mothers have done it. But at some point in time, the man, the father, or the father or the uncle or the grandfather has to come into that child's life and direct him in a way that only a man can do it. You know what I'm saying? And so I was so proud of seeing so many fathers there in the draft. But again, with Malika Andrews, man, I'll be honest, I don't like her. I have not, I haven't liked her ever since the Udoka is situation. Even with Joe Mazzulla, she brought up the situation with him in college. I'm like, okay, he paid his dues, he's done with it. You know what I'm saying? That's like every time you she talk about, let's say she every time you talk about Mike Vick, you gonna talk about the dog issue. You know what I'm saying? Every time you talk about Deshaun Watson, you gonna talk about the scandal with the females at the massage parlor? No, you're not, because they've moved on from this. You know what I'm saying? They've moved away, they moved on. Kareem Hunt got into some domestic violence stuff. Every time you talk about him, are you gonna talk about his domestic violence? No, you touch on it and you move on, because at the end of the day, they did what they had to do, and they're in a position that they can make themselves a whole lot of money and can be a better person in the eyes of the beholder, and even the eyes of the audience, the eyes of the young kids, the eyes of the whole world. They can show you that you can still make it. You know what I'm saying? When people talk about Allen Iverson, they talk about Allen Iverson being in jail because he threw a chair at a girl and almost killed her. And the reason why he got in jail was because of John Thompson. Nobody talks about that. They talk about how great an athlete he was. He brought braids into the NBA. You ain't got to wear a tie all the dang time when you had to go on a road trip. You can wear baggy jeans. You can wear this. You can wear that. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of wearing clothes, did y'all see what Miles Turner had on the bench? Oh my Lord! Did you see it,
Melissa Turner? You mean Melissa Turner?
Yo, listen, wait a minute. So I said to my wife, I said, babe. She said, what? I said, I want you to look this guy up. I said, just look him up and put in dress or put him on the bench. And she looked at him. She says, "There's nothing wrong with what he got on." She says he got on shoes and pink pants. And I said, "Babe, nobody, no real man wears that. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody say. This fashion, the fashion statement these kids are making right now, I gotta question them. I gotta question. I really have to question their who are they now attitude, because it's not making any sense. And the thing about it is that what he wore now, you little kids looking at him and say, "Oh, if he can wear it, so can I." I mean, I don't know about you, Mo, Dana. I don't wear no skinny jeans. And even if I was skinny, I wouldn't be. And if I was skinny, I wouldn't wear no skinny jeans. Man, my package needs to breathe. You know what I'm saying? They wear skinny jeans, as soon as they take it off their package, say, "Ah, thank God." You know what I'm saying? I can't wear the pants without. I can't wear pants without socks. I don't believe in having my ankles shown. I'm not that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Whoever came up with that, they need to stop, because that's for females. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying yeah, something wrong. Something.
What if he's gay though? What if he's gay?
And if he's gay, that's fine and dandy. But man, if that's the way you're gonna come out, oh well. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't got nothing against you and who you are or who you want to be. But man, I saw that, I was like, man, come on. This ain't really making no sense. I mean, you got my man. What's the dude that came out in the NBA that said he was gay? The black guy, tall black guy.
Jason Collins.
Yes. Jason Collins comes out and wears a suit and tie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He got a jacket on. He got a jacket on, shirt and tie. He's not flamboyant about how he dresses. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that certain things are for certain times. And if you're a professional athlete, I'm not saying you got to dress with a certain tie all the time, but you got to dress professionally. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, somebody's watching you, and you have kids looking at you, and kids going to emulate what they see. You know, that's why, like with John Moran, I'm glad he came out and just said that he needs help. And because there's a lot of kids that look at John Moran. Even now, I go to the playground. I don't care no kids. I don't hear kids saying I'm LeBron. Kids like, I'm John Moran or Steph Curry, and they be shooting from half court and can't even touch the rim. You know, and so that's just my thing. But again, with Malika, I cringe every time she about to say something. You know, because I know, like, her and Perk, they get along. They get along to just get along. You know what I'm saying? Down aisle. And Jalen Brown, Jalen Rose ain't too fond of it either. And what's my man that played Steven? He can't stand her. He tries his best.
Oh man, he play too much.
He just stay on point.
Too much together.
What's my man's name? What's my man that no, she dates a dude on ESPN. He's white. He's white dude. They say that's the reason why. That's how she got that job. He pushed for her to get that job. What's the dude that played for the San Antonio Spurs? He whispered in LeBron's ear. What's his name?
Lance Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson. It's Lance. Not Lance. Is it no Steven? No, Stevenson. Who's the one? He blew in his ear.
That's Lance Stevenson, but he didn't play for the Spurs. He played for the Pacers.
I thought he played for the Spurs too.
He might have. Lance has played for a few different teams.
He played for Indiana and the Lakers.
I
just know from Indiana. He flew in the ball here. He was there for Indiana.
He ain't too happy about it either, man. He speaks his mind. Hey, but
Who, Malika?
no, Lance Stevenson. He speaks his mind about her all the time, about how he feels like how she does injustice to certain race, knowing that she's the same color as they are. You know, I think she's mixed, but he's like, you know, she's the same color as we are, and behind closed door, they calling you the N word too. They just won't say it to your face, but they just look at you the same way they look at all of us as well.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
He ain't letting her get away with that too.
Oh yeah.
I ain't never had a right to say all
Well,
the things people say what they want to say.
well, I think Dana. I think that I think there was a conversation with her, um, when her Perkins and Jefferson had a heated conversation. I think there was a conversation behind closed doors about her candidacy, about speaking about people's downfalls, and it only being African Americans that she would talk about when it comes to that. And I think that was a conversation behind closed doors. Real quick though,
She'll do it though.
oh, she gets away with it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She's more subtle with it than she is anything else. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell,
I got one more thing to say. The ways on.
and you can see how
I want to say this back to Kenny. And I know he's a Spurs fan. Kenny that used to be on the show with, I can't think his last name.
Kenny Robb.
Yeah, Kenny Robb. Your little friend, great value Ralph Sampson, that's what he gonna be.
What he gonna be,
He's
Dana?
not gonna be jealous.
What'd you say he gonna be, Dana?
He's gonna be the great value version of Ralph Sampson. Now, if you know don't know what great value, go to Walmart. Instead of Frito Lay's, you get great value potato chips. You get great value, great drink. That's what you get. That's what he gonna be. I said it. I mean it.
So Dana, why do you think he's not gonna be that good? Before wait a minute, Dana, wait a minute before you answer the question. I'm gonna say this to you. Why do you think he's not gonna be that good? And I think that we all believe that he got put in the right situation with the Spurs coach because he's good at drafting guys, he's good at developing guys. So tell me, why do you think that that's not gonna be a good spot for him?
They were killing him. The other players was killing him, man. Miller and all of them. Okay. Everybody talking about something. Ooh, he's 7'4". If he can't block a 6'1" dude, you know, supposed to be in the league. Stop making the possible impossible. He's 7'4". He better block somebody. I just don't see it. Maybe if you work with Elijah Warren, maybe. He got to bulk up. So they say, oh, you don't have to bulk up. Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Well, that's my rant for the night. I just don't see. Your run of European players is over.
Wait a minute. I'm Mo. Before I say something, Mo, you want to speak on this? Okay. So, Dana, let me say this to you. If what you're saying, if everything if you're saying that you think he's going to be mediocre because the only thing he does is block shots, I don't think you really watched him play. Because the second game he came out,
it's not going to be in the States, but it was across the seas, like Finland and all that, England and all that.
But Dana, let me say this to you.
Playing for France.
So
be the same product.
Okay, so let me say this to you, Dana. I think the first game he played, it was adjustment, okay? Because he didn't know what to expect. He didn't know how to play, anything of that nature. Once he figured out what was expected of him on the basketball court, then he went out and did his thing. Because the second game he came out, he had 27 points, easy 27 points. Now, what he's going to do is he needs to bulk up. Of course he does, because he needs to gain some weight for health reasons, okay? Because a body that thin is not going to last in the NBA because he's going to hurt himself. Nobody's going to hurt him because the way the game's being played right now, he's not going to get. He's not going to be getting elbowed and knocked down, things like that, because they're not going to allow that to happen to him, because he's going to be the great European hope for the next NBA for the next 20 years coming through here.
He's going to be better than the Jokic.
I don't know if he's going to be better than him, but I think he has the potential to be, because we have never seen nobody 7'5", 7'5", I think, Mo. Lou, I think he's 7'5", right? Okay, so he's 7'5", and he has a handle. Okay, we have never seen nobody like that. He can pass. He can shoot.
Oh, NBA Live video game.
So, so my thing with him is that he just has to.
Wait a minute, you gonna let Dana get away with that? He said, "Oh, NBA Live video game."
Dana, wait a minute. Hold up, Dana. See, here you go. Hold up. So, have you really watched this kid play before? Or you just going off?
Yeah, I watched. I never watched it. Now those last 2 games in the summer league, he didn't impress me.
Dana, it's called Summer League.
I'm not impressed yet.
Dana, it's called Summer League for a reason. He's out there just to play. He really don't need to play. Okay? Because the guys he's playing right now, it may be 2 guys on that whole Spurs team that might make the team, and they might end up getting guys from other teams. You're not gonna see You're not gonna see the true guy until basketball season starts. And I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say this to you. Like Joker said, like Embiid said, like Giannis said, like Luka said, coming to the NBA is easy. Because
I don't believe he's gonna be there.
The NBA makes it easy for you to score. It makes it easy for you to drive to the basket. And the only thing hard in the NBA is to make free throws. And that should be the easiest thing any NBA player should be able to do. Because you know why, Dana? Ain't nobody bothering you.
What college Embiid went to?
Huh?
Embiid didn't go to college here?
No, Embiid didn't come. They didn't go to college. No, Embiid went to Duke. He went to Kansas. I'm sorry, Embiid went to Kansas.
Okay. Okay. So what that helped him battle those NBA players?
I don't think so, Dana. I really don't. I mean, look at DeAndre Ayton. He's basically, if he gets 3 shots in the game coming up, with you got Bradley Beal, you got Booker, and you got KD. Who else is gonna shoot the ball? You know what they're gonna tell Andre Ayton to do?
Yeah.
Get rebounds and block shots. That's all they're gonna tell him to do. And he's gonna get paid for that, but he's gonna be unhappy because he feels like he should have a bigger role playing for Phoenix. But what I'm saying to you is that when you got 3 guys that shoot the ball like them 3 guys, look, Dana, he's okay. So
3 guys will be like that.
Yes, they're gonna be shooting the ball.
Everything will be like that.
Dana, I guarantee you, all 3 of them get 20 more shots up a game.
I don't believe that.
What?
I don't believe that.
You don't think Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant will shoot the ball more than 20 times?
Not enough ball on the court, man.
Okay, so now I'm gonna say Kevin Durant probably would take. I think Kevin Durant would defer to shoot more because he can get to the free throw line. Okay, so I'll give you that. I'll say that Booker and Bradley Beal shoots the ball the most. Kevin Durant probably is he'll probably go to the rim and get points from the free throw line. So,
yeah, I give you that now.
So let's
average 20 points.
No. I didn't say 20 points. I said 20 shots. I said 20 shots.
Oh, yeah, 20 shots.
That's what I was saying, Dana. That all 3 of them going to get 20 I said all three of them.
Gonna get 20 shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Said 20, 40.
No. No, well, I think they all could. I think all three of them can average. I think Durant's going to average more than 20. Booker's going to average more than 20.
More realistic than 20 shots.
And Bill could be in the 15 to 20 range. I think you can get 60 points from the three guys. But what I'm saying though, Dana, is though with DeAndre Ayton, they're going to shoot the ball so much, he's not going to be able to do anything but rebound and block shot. But that's my whole point though. He's probably going to end up getting traded, go to somebody else. He feels like he can have a bigger role in it. But he's another person that came from Europe, from international waters. But he's another player that came from international waters that is not getting opportunity to play the way he think he should play. But getting back to Victor though,
yeah.
Dane, if you can't see he's special, something wrong. Something wrong.
I can't see it.
Dane, I got
you got to prove it to me.
Mo,
you can't prove it to me in the NBA after 2 games.
So let me ask you a question.
Kev, no. I got this is the same man who said that Larry Bird was overrated. Ain't no need to argue with him about that. Ain't no need. There's no need. When he called Larry Bird overrated, I was done. I was done with NBA. Ain't no need.
Dana, tell me one player. Yeah. Well, tell me one player. Okay, you're a Laker fan, right?
Right. Kobe wasn't that great at first.
Let me see.
I hated Kobe Bryant because he got Eddie Jones out of there.
Right. But Dana,
I hated Kobe Bryant.
But did you see his potential though? Did you see him having the potential to be great?
But then after I seen it during those playoff games, and then I became a believer. I said, I miss you, Eddie Jones, but it's all right.
but
it's all right, Eddie Jones.
So how long did it take you to make it, man? How long did it take you to make you a believer for Kobe Bryant?
It was about a year.
Because I'm gonna tell you this: I seen Kobe Bryant in high school in the state championship game, and he played terrible. And the conversation, if I could have been on the bench, this is the conversation the coach said to him: "You take over the game. You shoot as many games shoot as many shots as you want, as long as we win. You don't pass to nobody unless they're wide open underneath the basket and they make a shot. Other than that, I want you to shoot the ball." And Dana, all thing I can tell you to do is go back and YouTube it, Kobe Bryant's state final game, and you can see it for yourself. I said, there's no way in the world this guy's going to the pros. I was totally it ain't happening. I'm thinking, I'm looking at the other guys that went to the pros from high school. I was like, yo, they were big men. They were big. They were centers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I said, there's no way Kobe Bryant was not going to go to college. He had to go to college and understand the game of basketball. But he turned me into being wrong. But what I didn't know about Kobe Bryant was his tenacity of wanting to win, wanting to win at any cost and play the game. Like, I mean, he loved the game of basketball. He ate, slept, and drank basketball. I would almost give my life up just to see his daughter play basketball. I think she would have been a bad, shut your mouth basketball player in the WNBA. She'd have been cold. She would have definitely been cold.
I thought she was coming.
You know what I'm saying? Because
those other girls said she was going to be the next.
Because of the tenacity that Kobe plays with. But the thing about it is with Victor though, is that what San Antonio had to worry about is he becomes a superstar too fast, and he ends up wanting to leave San Antonio. So now, what San Antonio is doing right now for him is they're making trades. Because I think Cameron Payne went to San Antonio, right? They just traded him to San Antonio. Right. So now they got a point guard. Okay, they got a point guard in him. They got some other pieces they're gonna bring around for him. So San Antonio is not looking to they're not looking to tank any longer. They're looking to win some games. Okay. So Somebody else
That might be wrong. One top star coaching.
and Dana, I'm
One
saying,
top star.
and that's what I'm saying, Dana. Even though I felt that the draft was rigged for him to go to San Antonio, in order for him to have the best career he could have, there's no other place he could have went to that would have the patience to groom him other than San Antonio. He couldn't have went to Boston because Boston wants to win right now. He couldn't have went to LA because LA wants to win right now. The only other place I think he probably could have went to, and they would develop him really well, would be down in Miami with Slick Hair Willie. That's the only place I think, because Pat Riley has that mentality of tweaking things the right way that needs to be done, because he's old school when it comes to the way you prepare your basketball team for basketball games. I can't see him go. I definitely can't see him go to New York, because New York will take him and say, yo, you're playing right now. You're going to be the superstar right now. We need you to win right now. And what'll end up happening is he'll end up gaining weight, get a stress fracture, and be a Okafor or another Ben Simmons, who they didn't take care of him the right way they should have, in order for him to be the best player they could be. San Antonio is going to groom him. They're going to take their time with this kid. Like I said, if anybody here disagree with me, tell me. I don't think he ends his career in San Antonio. I think he gets too big for San Antonio.
Yeah.
I think that the only thing that might save San Antonio right now is the way they did the salary cap. Now that you have, because of the money, you more got a hard cap than a soft cap. You know what I'm saying? So your superstars essentially stays where they stay, or you get a boatload of picks if you want to do a sign and trade. So that's my only. I just think that he might just be too big for San Antonio. Now he did say he sat down and talked to Ginobili, he talked to Parker, he talked to Tim Duncan, he talked to the whole family. You know what I'm saying? Basically, and Dave Robinson. And he probably said, look, believe in Pop. Pop's gonna take care of you. He's gonna make sure you learn how to play the game the right way. European players always come in, Dana, you know this, and you know you don't like this about me, but they come in fundamentally sound already. Only thing Victor got to work on is gaining weight and his toughness. Play every game.
Hang out with Zion. Learn how to eat.
Play every game like it's his last game. Speaking of Zion Williams, if Lou, if I say Zion Williams to you, what's the first thing that comes across your mind?
Injury prone, and
Say that again.
he's done things we think he is. I think that's on the shoe sport too.
Mo, Zion Williams, what comes across your mind?
Poor boy sandwiches. Gumbo.
Dana, what comes across your mind?
Leave them four stars alone, man.
Yo, so I don't know if y'all read this or not, but this.
Did he try to commit suicide?
That's what I'm saying. He wrote something that didn't make sense to me. But since you brought it up, I'm not.
Once I do the show.
But see, Dana, this is where I'm saying to you. Everybody's not built for the NBA, because NBAs are rough. The lifestyle of being in the NBA, you have to surround yourself around very positive people. And John Morant's finding that out right now. John Morant is a best example to show you that the people you hang around with, you got to be positive people. If you're coming to the NBA and you're going to be a superstar, and your potential is to be a superstar, if you don't pick up the phone, call LeBron James and ask him how to get it done, then you're a fool. That's all I got to say about that. Look how many people LeBron has made rich, wealthy, generational money.
He's a blessed man.
You know what I'm saying? Just think about that. Rich Paul, his friend. Even though I know that LeBron James is Rich Paul's agent, but LeBron James is running who he signs and all that good stuff. I don't care what nobody say. LeBron got a lot to do with all that. I don't care. He do. You can say what you want to say. He back. He be back doing it. He be getting a little commission off of that. But I'm just saying, look at LeBron James off the court.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at all the things he has done off the court. Look how he has his bank account is his bank account. You know what I'm saying? He's probably gonna be the first. He's probably gonna be the first player to retire from the NBA in the next year own a team because that's what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? So LeBron has surrounded himself around positive people. You know, he has a family. We haven't heard anything yet about him and his wife. We heard something one time on Instagram. He got off of there during basketball season. Other than that, you haven't heard anything else. You know, they are the Huxtables of the NBA, right? So the thing about Zion, so the thing with Zion Williams, what bothers me more than anything else is that I'm concerned about his mental now because there's so much pressure on him to be great. And again, Dave, this is where I go is saying if Zion goes to San Antonio, do you think we had these same issues?
No.
You know what I'm saying? He went to Pelicans. They trying to win. They want to win. You know what I'm saying? They got some good players on the team. And remember though, during the season, guys, if I'm not mistaken, Mo, correct me if I'm wrong. But at some point in the season last year, when they all was playing, the Pelicans was in first place. At some point, they had the best record in the NBA, or the best record out west. So we all know his potential. But Dana, the problem here is that the pressure you put on a 19-year-old kid, and he actually got reclassed, so he's a little bit older than what people think he is. But the potential that he has to be a great basketball player, and his problem is he likes to eat. Charles Barkley did the thing about this, guys. Charles Barkley played in the NBA, what, 10, 15 years, 11 years, 12. He was up in age when he played. Round mound of basketball. He kind of ate what he wanted, smoked cigars, he drank, he partied, had fun in the NBA. But he knew when he got on the floor, he had to do his job. And the job got him to the Hall of Fame. Did he get into NBA Finals? He got to one NBA Finals. He missed out on NBA Finals with Houston Rockets, but he went with the Phoenix Suns, and they just couldn't get past the Bulls. But think about Dana. Think about all the things you have now that's at your beck and call, where you can work out, you can do this, you can do that. You got trainers to do this. You got trainers to do everything. So the problem with me and his mental is, I think Zion and Ben Simmons are both in the same category. Is they love the publicity, they love the money, they just don't want to put the work in. Mo, what's your thoughts?
I think the problem that we run into is so much pressures on these young guys when they come out. Now Zion loves to eat. There's no question about that. But I love to eat too. I mean, I'm 300 pounds. You got to know what your body thing. He hasn't been around Charles Barkley. He hasn't been around Shaq. They joke him all the time on TNT. You can tell. If he had been around them, they'd have got him with a personal chef. He would be much better. They would get him with a fitness coach that would tell him what weight he should be. Because even when he said the other day, he's just like, no, it's not about weight. It's not about food. It's about flexibility. Dude, that's what your weight and your gym does. It gives you flexibility with being able to do things that you can't do right now because you're sitting on your butt, because you can't do it now because you're not putting in the work. It's sad when you see so many people make so much money like him and Ben Simmons, Kawhi Leonard, guys that you know can be excellent, can be amazing players because you've seen it before, but we might never see it again. And it's about work ethic. I don't have the best work ethic in the world, but I know what I need to do to get it done for my family. They already got paid. They got guaranteed contracts. What's the guarantee? We're talking about the NFL is going away from guaranteeing contracts. That's what the NBA is going to look at next time in their CBA. How do we get out of these guaranteed contracts too? So they're doing it to themselves.
Dana, what's your thoughts?
The deal draft, it's $304 million. I started on Facebook. I was just wondering.
Do what?
Did he sign an extension for $304 million? Jalen Brown.
I know he's supposed to be. I know he's supposed to be signing. I know he's supposed to be signing a deal. I don't know
Talking
if the
about
deal's
Jalen Brown?
done yet.
Talking about Jalen Brown?
Yeah.
No, he hasn't signed yet. He went out of the country.
I don't think the deal's done yet.
No, it's not.
$304 million.
No, it's not.
It's up to 304. It's 290, but it's be up to 304.
Yeah, you're right. It is 3 something. But okay, so what's your thoughts on your boy on Zion though?
My thoughts on Zion, and I just think I agree with you. I think he need to get a coach that understands players and just want to reel them in. And, even some of the players need to rally around him because he's a great talent. I think he just needs I just think he needs some new scenery. And I think the Spurs will be the best place because you do need a coach to reel this young man in. I just think a lot of these guys that going through this stuff, like Jungle and all those guys, these older players, not listening to these older players. Like, they've been through this stuff. I just think nobody want to listen to nobody because, it's just like I don't want you in my business, but this guy been here before. Right? That's what I know, and I go across all the days. I have to be mad that I can't talk to Kobe, but I really talk to LeBron. LeBron got it right.
And the thing about it is like Zion. I'm gonna say how the NBA really screwed this up for him. The NBA screwed this up because of the Laker and the Lakers trade, the Lakers draft pick, and the Pelicans draft pick. Because if New York would have gotten there before the Pelicans, they would have drafted him, and he would have been to New York. That's where he really wants to go, is New York. Now, my thing is, you're down in New Orleans, and look how long it came out when they talked about him dating porno stars and stuff like that. If he'd have been in New York, this would have been out a long time ago, and they'd found more stuff to talk about. They'd have had him going to Papa Joe's and ordering 12 pizzas, and on the way out, he's eating a stromboli, all kind of craziness going on. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is an issue that I think that he has to deal with. I don't know, Mo. Give me your opinion, Mo. Do you think he can handle being in New York?
No.
He played at Duke, so I was thinking.
So he played at Duke, so you saying no?
I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes. The reason I'm saying yes is because Duke is a hard place to play.
It's a hard place to play.
Especially for a black kid. I'm sorry. Duke is very white.
Very white.
Yeah, but he was one and done. So you don't really get a chance, you know what I'm saying, to see his talent, his true talent. Like I remember my friend Tony Baltimore, better known as Anthony by his wife, Anthony.
You mess with Anthony like I mess with you.
Yeah. He sent me the video of Zion Williams dunking, right? I said to him, oh, that's nice. And I said, he can dunk the basketball, he can do all that great stuff. I said, but if you want to press me, show me some plays where he plays some defense. And couldn't nobody show me nothing. Couldn't nobody show me nothing, because at the end of the day, you still gotta play defense in the NBA. You ain't gonna play a lot of defense, but you gotta play defense. You know what I'm saying? But after him coming in the NBA, in the NBA commissioner messing up the draft pick because he should have been in New York from the very beginning. I think that was a downfall from that point on, because he really didn't want to be in New Orleans. He was there, And New Orleans was suckered. New Orleans got suckered, just like the Sixers got suckered and given Ben Simmons a contract extension. The Pelicans got suckered and give him another contract extension. Because I wouldn't have, I'm sorry, I wouldn't have gave him no contract extension. If he gonna leave, he just would have left. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't want to be there in the first place. He wants to be in New York. So that's the biggest issue. But my thing is, I'm really concerned about his mental. And hopefully somebody's sitting down talking to the young man about his mental state, because whenever you put something on Instagram about something about what was it? It's not
suicides on my mind. I want to leave. But it's from a Biggie song.
Yeah, and that's what they're saying about. They said, that they think it was more about Biggie than it was anything else. But I'm saying to myself, these are signs that we see when we don't think somebody's not thinking about that kind of stuff. We're like, oh, stop playing. Man, you got everything you want ever in the world. You can go out and do whatever you want to do. You've been with porn stars, and you live in New Orleans where seafood is at your beck and call, and you play for the Pelicans, and you gonna make the All-Star team, and you got guaranteed money for the rest of your life, and you stop playing. But those are the ones that we need to think about, because we don't know the pressure they got on them. And I'm kind of surprised that I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of surprised that this is the kind of stuff that we saw from him, because I thought that we just saw this kind of stuff from Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying? When you go from, you're trash, you can't shoot, and he goes and tells Bradley Beal, I'm about to knock both these free throws down and miss both of them and lose $10,000. He went downhill from that point on. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this young man is not contemplating about killing himself, but there is a lot of pressure in the NBA to be great. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he could be in New York dealing with this right now, because the New York Knicks fans would eat him alive. They're begging for a superstar to come up. And if I'm not mistaken, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with next year. They building with some confidence, even though them getting rid of Obi Toppin, I think, was a huge mistake. Because I don't know if Randall can play 65 games during the season. I think Obi Toppin I think if anything, what they should have did was try to maybe get rid of Randall and let Obi, because I know his brother got drafted, but I don't know if he got drafted by the Knicks.
I thought he got drafted by the Knicks.
Lou, did the Knicks draft Obi's brother?
I think he did. Obi is gone.
So they drafted his
brother. Yeah.
Let me see here. Depth chart. No, I don't see his name on here.
No.
Toppin. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't think he got. I think he might have. Maybe he went to the Pacers, because ain't that where Obi Toppin got traded to?
Oh yeah, Pacers.
Let's see here.
All right.
No, he didn't get traded there either. I don't know where he went to. But hopefully, man, that my man Zion gets himself together, man, and gets his life together, and his family get together. So, real quick, let's talk about this NBA in the season tournament. Lou, do you like this in-season tournament?
No, I don't. I think it's a stupid idea. I don't think there's any purpose.
So now they have. Do hockey have an in-season tournament?
No, hockey does not have anything tournament. No.
Okay. So it's just. I think it's just soccer then, right? That has an in-the-season tournament.
Well, the WNBA does too. But I'm not gonna go there.
Dana, what you think about the in-season tournament?
What was your idea?
Okay.
Did you say that play-in thing?
No, that's for the playoffs.
Like,
The play-in game. I was talking about the playoffs, for the number 1 draft pick. Mo, what you think about the in-season game? Mo, look like Mo is froze. Look at Mo. Mo is froze. Mo is froze. Okay, look like Mo's froze right now. So look like hopefully he can getting back in. So the playing game. So these are the teams, right? So I want you guys to tell me who you think is the best team in each one of these conferences. So you got the East A, the East B, and the East C, and the same goes for the West. So let's go out the West. So in the West, you have Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm sorry, you have the Grizzlies, the Phoenix Suns, the Lakers, the Jazz, and the Portland Trailblazers. Who is the best team out of those 5, Dana? And let's not be biased.
Okay, repeat them again.
Grizzlies, the Suns, the Lakers, the Jazz, and Portland Trailblazers.
I'm gonna go with Memphis.
Okay. Lou, who you think?
I'm going with the Suns.
Okay. Dana. Lou.
I'll be right back.
Okay. And I'm gonna go with the Suns too because of the Bradley Beal situation. And Mo's not on. He's hopefully get back on. Okay, Dana. The West B, you have the Denver Nuggets, the Los Angeles Clippers, New Orleans Pelicans, the Dallas Mavericks, and Houston Rockets. Who's the best team in that conference right there?
The Nuggets.
Okay. And I'll probably say Lou will say the same thing. In the West C, you got the Sacramento Kings, Golden State Warriors, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the San Antonio Spurs. Who would you say is the best team in that division?
Golden State.
Okay. All right, Golden State. Lou, who do you think is the best team between Sacramento Kings, the Golden State Warriors, the Minnesota Timberwolves, Oklahoma Thunder, and the San Antonio Spurs?
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the Kings.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Kings too. I'm just gonna use those.
I'm not alone.
Huh?
I'm not alone that one.
Okay. So Dana, those are 3 divisions. They broke it down. So let me read to you how this goes. Okay. It makes sense, but it don't make sense. Okay. So it says, in the season tournament will consist of 2-stage group play and knockout rounds. So everybody's going to play at least one game. If you lose, you get knocked out, then you move on to the next round. As revealed today, ESPN outlined below all 30 teams that have been randomly drawn in groups of 5 within their conference based on win-loss records from the 2022-23 regular season. Each team will play 4 designated group play games. One game against each opponent in its group, with 2 games at home and 2 on the road on a tournament night, which will take place every Tuesday. Okay, we got Mo back. Every Tuesday and Friday from November 3rd to November 28th, with the exception of Election Day on Tuesday, November 7th, when no games will be played. The only NBA game played on tournament night will be group play games. Knockout rounds. 8 teams will advance to the knockout round. Mo, question. Do you agree with the play-in tournament for the NBA? Do you like that? Yes or no?
Why not? It's something that they want to try. I don't.
Say that again. Say it again. Wait a second. Okay. Can you hear me now, Mo? Mo's having difficult issues. So we got to wait till Mo gets stuff together. But Mo's like he's okay with it. And so okay, Mo. So say that again about the tournament. What do you think?
I think it's fine. Well, for for baseball when they actually did when they brought out the series, but now I think it's at the start of the season. So I think it's weird in the middle of the season. I think it's better after the season is over, or maybe at the start of the season. But we'll see what it's like.
Crazy. I'm not crazy about Mo. Did you hear anything about you get a flash about Joel Embiid trying to force a trade out of Philly?
It's Philly. I don't care about
Philly. I don't care about Philly.
But he wants to come to Boston.
Yeah, that's put out by Anthony Baltimore. Anthony.
It just came. It came across my phone. But anyway, the knockout thing. It's. I don't know what I don't understand what this incentive of it other than earning some more money. These players are already making a boatload of money as it is right now. But getting back to what I said, okay, so the second thing is knockout round. Each 8 teams will advance to the knockout round. The team with the best standing in group play games in each of the 6 groups and 2 wild cards. The teams from each conference the best record in Group B and group play games that finish second in this group. The knockout round will consist of single elimination games in the quarterfinals played in the NBA teams market on Monday, December 4th, and Tuesday, December 5th. The semi and the championship play in Las Vegas on December 7th and December 9th, respectively. The knockout team will compete for a prize pool in the new season tournament trophy, the NBA Cup. In the NBA Cup, I think they're in NBA Cup. Is it Jordan? They got somebody's name on it, whatever. It says the 67 games across both stages of the in-season tournament will count toward the regular season standing, except the championship game. Each team will continue to play 82-game seasons in the 23-24 season, including those games that are part of the play and knockout rounds. 14 group play games, 2 games on each tournament night, and all 7 knockout rounds games will be televised nationally. The game and the broadcast schedule for the in-season tournament group play stage will be announced in August, and the overview of the play schedules is available now. So these are all the teams that's in this thing right now. So Mo, you got froze on it. So out west, you got the Timberwolves. You got the Grizzlies, the Lakers, the Suns, the Jazz, the Portland Trailblazers in one group. You got the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Pelicans, the Mavericks, the Rockets in another group. You got the Kings, Golden State, the T-Wolves, Oklahoma City, and in Houston, in San Antonio in one group. In the East, you got the 76ers, Cleveland Cavaliers, Hawks, Pistons, and Detroit in one group. And in another group, you have Milwaukee, Knicks, Miami, Washington, and Hornets. To me, I think that's an easier group out of all the groups they put together. The next in the East C is Boston, the Nets, Toronto, Bulls, and Magic. So that's to tell you it,
that's the easiest one.
You think it's you think that's the easiest group? I don't know. Because the reason I'm saying it's not easy because Orlando took 4 out of 4 from us. But I think that ladies and gentlemen, if you don't understand me reading it to you, what my best suggestion is for you to Google it and watch how they bring it up and how they simulate who plays who and how it goes. I don't know about if I'm in compliance with this or not. It's one of those things where it might have to just rub on me in order for me to see it more and more and more and more and more. But I'm not too keen on them playing this tournament game, and then one game don't count toward the regular schedule because now you're playing 14 games, and the one don't really count. I think all the games should count, especially if you're in the championship game. It should count. Win, lose, or draw. It should count towards the end of the season. That's just my personal opinion. So we'll see how this works out. It's going to start in the beginning of December and ends up out in Vegas. Which now what's going to happen in Vegas during that time period is all your fans are going to run out to Vegas and they're going to party and celebrate and Christmas. Everybody going to take early vacation, go out to Vegas and watch these games play. It's going to make tons and tons of money for Vegas. Tons and tons of money for Vegas. You know what I'm saying? But now your team will be playing a home game at home. Now your team at home is losing money and you're not getting a chance to see the play because you got to go all the way to Vegas to watch the play and then fly all the way back to the East Coast and go to work in two or 3 days. So I don't know how well this is going to work out, man. Bring up the situation to Embiid.
Yeah.
Embiid says, I want to win a championship in Philly or anywhere else. The danger of this right here going on is that and James Harden has them in a pickle, and it's a dill pickle. I mean, just think about the dillest pickle you ever ate before, and it tastes so good. James Harden has him in the dill pickle situation, okay? Because he says, "Oh, I'm opting into my contract, but I want to be traded."
Head west on Adrian Street, then turn left onto Hatton Street.
I don't know what's wrong with my phone. But he's trying to force himself out of he's trying to force himself to the Clippers, which we haven't heard him say, but we heard the social media say, which is different from Lillard because Lillard came out and said, I want to go to Miami. I want to go to South Beach. Harding has been said what they're reporting is that he wants to go to the Clippers. Okay. But we haven't heard Harding say that yet. Okay. So if you take Harding and you trade him to the Clippers, what do you bring back from the Clippers? Do you think the Clippers have a roster right now that Daryl Morey would look at and say, okay, I want that person, I want this person, I want that person, I want this person, I want this person. Okay, this is you guys can let me know which one y'all think. Mo, you froze again? Oh no, you moving. You guys can chime in anytime you want to. Tell me if you want him, would you trade him, if you be a part of the trade package. And actually what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna bring up the trade machine and see if it works for us, guys. Trade machine. That's not it. NBA trade machine. Man, why I can't get it down? NBA trade, okay. So I put the machine there. I thought I did. Okay, now we got it. Okay, so we're gonna add Philly into it. We're gonna add the LA Clippers into it, who is, I think, moving into a new stadium this year. Okay, so the Clippers, this is who the Clippers have starting right now. Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Nicole Batum, and Ivan Zubac. So would any of y'all trade anybody from starting five for James Harden?
trade Paul George.
Okay, I feel like Paul George would be in a trade. Anybody else disagree or agree?
They ain't trading Paul George.
Trading Paul George.
You said you ain't trade. Who would you trade?
No, I'm saying they aren't trading Paul George.
They aren't trading Paul George.
They're gonna trade everything they can from their bench because Harden doesn't want to play him.
Okay, so I'm just saying. Okay, so we think Paul George. The second team, you got Terrence Mann, Norman Powell, Kenyon Martin Jr., Marcus Morris Jr., and Mason Plumlee. I'm definitely looking at Kenyon Martin Jr. I think he's up and coming.
I think they're trying to get rid of Powell and also
Norman
he's the Philip.
He's the pretty Philip.
Well, Marcus Morris would also be one, and then also the other guy. I don't think they traded. Who else is there?
Who else is there?
You said Robert Covington played with Boston.
Yeah, Covington would be the one.
Covington would be the one.
Okay. Robert Covington. So we have Paul George, Kenyon Martin, Norman Powell, Robert Morris, and Robert Covington. Those are the guys that we think, just sitting here thinking that we could trade. Okay, so we got James Harden going to the Clippers, and then we got.
Oh, they're gonna definitely try and they're gonna request man, but they ain't giving up man. They probably give up Bones.
Bones Highland.
Who?
Bones Highland.
Bones Highland.
String point guard.
His third string point guard.
Bones Highland. Okay. And let's throw Covington in there. Let's start over. Okay, so this is the thing. The reason why this is not going to work because he's going to get a new contract, right? So his new contract, is it worth? Do we know what it's going to be about? It'll be what 4-year.
They ain't gonna give him 4 years. They'll probably give him 4 years.
2 years.
2 years, like one.
2 years, like one.
2
but
years.
They won't do that until after he's.
So if you trade him, he got 36, right? So what they gonna do? Give him a 2-year for 70? Would you think?
They'll give him like 2.
Say it again.
2 years, baby.
2 years.
Give him like 100 million. Even though he doesn't deserve it.
So he's gonna get 2 years at 100. So he get 50. He get 50-50. Okay, so let's just say that happens. Let's say that happens. Okay, he gets 2 years at 100 million. Okay, so now you got Paul George, Norman Powell, Covington, Bones Highland. You still need to add one more player because that only gives him 77 million. So let's go ahead and adjust this. Okay, so let's look at
Russell Westbrook.
I don't think they're gonna give up. Well, they could because they got well, but Russell's starting though. So do you think Russ and the two will play together?
Nah, they're not giving up Russ.
Russell goes to the bench.
Okay, so then you might have to throw T-Man in there.
They're not gonna give up more.
That puts it at 88 right there. So they're giving up 1, 2, Paul George, Norman Powell, Covington, Terry Mann, and Bones Highland. 5 players to 1. That right there it still ain't enough. Let's say hypothetically, that's what they do. Bring Paul George to the Sixers, and then you're gonna have Maxey as a point guard, right?
Did you say Maxey?
Yeah, Maxey probably be the point guard at that point in time. That still ain't enough. That still ain't enough to make Embiid say this is a team that I want to run 82 games with. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying about the pickle that they're in. Because I think that if they make this trade, they're going to have to, they might have to include another team in here to bring somebody else in here, another superstar. Because with Maxey and Paul George and Joel Embiid, that kind of opens the paint up for more for Joel Embiid because Paul George can shoot. You know, he's a better shooter than James Harden, in my opinion. My thing is his health, right? If he can stay healthy for at least 65 games, okay. But still, do that team scare anybody in the East? I have to say no. I don't think they scare nobody. I don't think they scare anybody in the East. So this is why I think Sixers are in a pickle right now. Because right now, Joel Embiid is saying, I don't think I want to just win the championship, Philly or anywhere else. And when you start talking like that, you start believing like that because you think about this. You're the MVP. Let's be honest. You should have won the MVP 2 years in a row. Okay. You win MVP this year because of the coach that you have, and you fired the coach that got you MVP, and you don't. I'm a superstar, and you don't tell me that you fired him. I find out by somebody else that you fired the coach that I like. James Harden throws him underneath the bus, and James Harden turns around and tells us he wants to be traded. If you're Embiid, Dana, if you're Embiid, what are you going to do? Are you going to stick around? Or are you going to say, look, I can't do this no more. I've been long enough. Find me somewhere else to go. I'm not going to just come right out and say I want to be traded. But privately, can you shop me around? Do you agree? Do anybody agree with that?
I agree to go.
Mo, what's your take on this?
It's Philly, man. I don't care. They might as well just go ahead and cut it.
I need you not to be so biased and don't be so biased and put on your opinion hat and tell me what's
right. First of all, the Clippers ain't gonna give him anything. They ain't giving him Paul George. So because Harden's not going to be there, so they ain't gonna give him anything. Just like Miami not trying to give up anything for things. So the thing about it is, you just gotta take what they give him. Man. I think they might get made. They might get made because Clippers ain't going to put in the first round. They're going to pay man if they get Harden. But at the same time, it's not going to be what I'm still looking for what you're talking about. Anyone to come to Boston?
No, I'm saying Boston was. What I was told today was, if James Harden is traded, he's asking for a trade, and his one of his destinations would be Boston.
If Embiid is traded,
yeah. But the thing about it is, if I'm Boston, I love Embiid, but I'm not trading for him. I'm not going to trade one of my better players to Philadelphia. They have to see you 6 times during the year, at least 4 times a year, and they got to see you in the playoffs. No, that's hatred. I'm asking to get my behind kicked because motivation is going to prevail you to be better than what you were when you were with me. So now, if Embiid wants to go out west and maybe become a free agent, come back to Boston, then okay, I'm cool with that. But right now, I'm not trying to give up nothing. I'm already still stung behind the Marcus Smart situation.
Yeah, that's why he wants to come back. That's why he wants to come back because he
But my thing though is like Philly, they should have did. They should have never gave. See, I'm gonna say Philly was wrong because if I'm bringing James Harden into my facility on a 2-year deal, I'm getting a 2-year deal with a team option, not no player option, because you're being traded to me. So this is what I'm going to do this is what I'm going to do. If you're not going to do a team, if you don't sign a team option, then you can't come. You stay in New Jersey, you stay in Brooklyn, and you be miserable with Kyrie and Kevin Durant. That's where Philly went wrong. Philly got burnt on this again. You know what I'm saying? And now that if he leaves, And now Joel Embiid talking about leaving too. Philly's gonna be back in the process of they'll be back in the progress of being in the process to try to take again to get the players they need to play at a higher level. I think what it went wrong, first of all, was firing Doc Rivers. They should never fire Doc Rivers. I don't care what nobody say. Doc Rivers was the best thing to happen in Embiid, in my opinion. He may not be the best coach in Game 6 and Game 7, but at the end of the day, everybody saw James Harden give up in the third quarter. Everybody in the world, everybody in the free country, everybody that got cable that watched the basketball game saw James Harden give up in the third quarter. Sam Cassell went to coach and said, look, take him out the game. He's not in it.
Embiid gave up two, though.
But now, I'm going to get to that. But then when James Harden come out the game, that's when Embiid came out. That's when Embiid said, yo, I can't do it by myself. And that's why he keeps saying, I can't do this by myself. We don't have the team to win the NBA championship with. Stop. And for one thing, what Philly had been doing for the longest is figuring out how to beat Boston. No, you figure out a team, you figure out your team, how you can beat everybody in the NBA, not just Boston, but every team in the NBA. And that's where they went wrong for the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Bringing James Harden there was a big mistake for them, and they're going to pay for that. And the thing about it is if I'm a Sixer fan and you guys are a Sixer fan and you guys are Sixer fans, I'm James Harden. Oh, we reconcile. I want to play here. I'm going to sign a deal. How you going to feel towards me? You're like, oh, man, I don't want you here. You didn't want to be here. Now you have no other options because nobody's out there wants you. And I think that, guys, I think he was really betting on the Houston situation. And the GM, I heard him on NBA radio. He says James Harden had a very hard interest in coming to Houston. He said, but we had another interest in hand. His name is Van Vliet. That's who we wanted to invest our money and time in because he's younger. He can grow with these guys. You know what I'm saying? But James Harden, they had James Harden drinking the Kool-Aid, think he was going back to Houston, and he's going to get paid again. And now he can't get what he actually really wants because of salary cap restriction, because Houston had the most cap in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So Philly's in a situation, man, where it don't look good for them right now. I think they'll figure this thing out. I hope they can reconcile what's going on with him. But if not, they're going to be in trouble. We got about 15 minutes left, guys. Let me see here. Hey, real quick. Le'Veon Bell said, I apologize to our Steelers fans. I made a mistake. I should have never left.
Now you tell me.
Even though I smoked weed before games when I was with Pittsburgh, I want to come up back. Will you accept me back? I want to retire. I will come back one day and retire as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Would your fans please forgive me? Mo, would you forgive him?
I already have. He got his bag. But the whole thing that we've been talking about running back started with him. And what you call your boyfriend? From St. Louis. They were the only two got paid. Everyone else got paid. And look what happened. I was saying that Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley were at that time period where they didn't want to play running backs, and they're trying to reset everything for running backs. They got paid. They got Derrick Henry paid. They got McCaffrey paid. They got Dalvin Cook paid. Then nobody else is getting paid anymore because of what happened, because they were the ones that reset the market. Le'Veon was going to get $14 million a year for 4 years or 5 years. That's what the Steelers were going to offer him. He said no because he wanted more guaranteed money up front. We don't guarantee money. That's not what we do. So that's why he set out the whole year on the franchise tag. and then went and got signed by the Jets, I think, the next year for $28 million guaranteed. We got that in 2 years with us. But at the same time, that's what he wanted. And I can't hate him, because the thing about it was he was hurt every year with us. Because first of all, the Bengals had him on a bounty, even though they don't want to talk about it. They had him on a bounty because they were always trying to hurt him. He'd always play well against the Ravens. Best running back that I've ever seen that we had, better than Franco. I saw Franco. I saw the bus. Le'Veon was so much better than both of them. Thing about it was, though, he wanted to get paid, and we just don't pay people like that. And now he's finally understanding it. I'm surprised he apologized. That was weird to me to see him actually do that. But that's what happened when people leave Pittsburgh. They didn't want to come back because they know how quality of it.
So let me ask you a question, guys.
Nah, the Browns will never be the same.
Do you think DeAndre Hopkins? Do you think he took the money, or should you think he should have went to a team that has the opportunity to win a Super Bowl? Lou, what's your thoughts?
He took the money.
Lou, what's your thoughts?
Oh, my bad.
Wait, repeat it again.
DeAndre Hopkins going to the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a good move for him, or do you think he should have went somewhere else?
No, I have reports. I'm going to. I think it's a good move for him.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's a good move.
so he took the money, right? And his chances of winning the Super Bowl is not that great. If he goes to New England, do you think his chances of going to Super Bowl are greater going to New England than going to Tennessee?
I think it was because this is what they were without, Brady. That team's falling apart. I think this year it's not going to bring him like a Super Bowl glory. So I think it's pretty much, even.
Dana, what's your thoughts?
B-Hop, you blew it, man. You blew it. You went to the wrong team. You went to New England. Should have never went to the Titans. I don't know how I could have done this for him, but should have went to the Cowboys. You should have begged Dallas. And Dallas should have begged you. And you could have saved that. And then, it's no more like making assumptions like, no, there's no more nothing to complain about if we go to Dallas.
Right.
No more excuses if you go to Dallas. Your career is going to die in the street like everybody else. You have to do with that. Your career is going to die in Tennessee.
Yeah, I was a little shocked.
You have nobody throwing you the ball.
I was a little shocked that he went to Tennessee. I thought New England had the money, right? But I think Belichick believes in this young core group. You got up there Juju Schuster, Parker, and you got somebody else up there, a rookie. I think he believes a lot in them more so than and I think that they're saving the money for Dalvin Cook possibly. I thought 49. I thought Kansas City Chiefs and Dallas Cowboys would have been a perfect fit for DeAndre Hopkins. To me, at this part of your career, I know he's made money, right? So he can get a 2-year with a Senators up to $32 million. 2 years now. So Mo, what's your thoughts on DeAndre Hopkins? You think that was a good move for him, or what?
Yeah, you always go for the money, and because you never know when your career is going to be over. So he went for the money. He knew neither one of them was going to make a run at the Super Bowl. So it's just like, I'm gonna go where the money resides, and that's what he did. New England wasn't going to pay him. They offered him like $4 million guaranteed. He got 12 in Tennessee. Why not? And then next year, when more teams have money, you'll get cut again by Tennessee. Then you can go back out and really get more money and also find a better place to play.
So, do anybody know? I know he went to talk to Tennessee and went to talk to the Patriots. Was there another secret team out there that he talked to, or was they the only two teams that talked to him and was going to offer him a contract?
Kansas City also was going to make an offer.
They didn't have a.
So okay, so now, and see that's this is where I'm saying that I think and you can never have enough money in the United States of America, because Uncle Sam can find a little glitch in something and come and take everything you got. So you always got to work to get more money and more money, more money. But I'm saying at this point in time in his career, I think, to me, I think I'm looking at the chance of winning a Super Bowl. And if I'm going to a team that has a chance to win Super Bowl, you put some incentives in there to make me play a little bit harder. Now, Tennessee got problems. We got problems with the quarterback. We know they got a running back. But who's the other wide receiver they have? Who's the other tight end they have? What else do they have that's going to make them win the division? Because I think it's Jacksonville's division to win. Or get in the wild card and make a run and go on Super Bowl. Tennessee's not one of my teams. Even if he went to New England, I don't think he still has a chance to go. I don't think he goes to get a chance to go to playoffs or even make Super Bowl, because he does make that division that Dana loves so well. It does make that division a little more precarious of who can win, where, and when, why, and what the win's gonna come, because now you got all these you got New England with all these weapons, and if you add Dalvin Cook into the mix, because I think he's gonna end up in Dalvin. I think Dalvin Cook ends up in New England. Now you look what you got with a quarterback that's mediocre. Now he takes that step to be a better quarterback because he has a wide receiver. He has a proven wide receiver he can throw to, and he has a running back that can run. So I think that makes that division that much tougher in a sense. But him not going there because of the money part of it, and like I know you said, the money is a big factor, but you got a chance. You're gonna get a chance to win a Super Bowl when you go to Kansas City. And I was
He ain't go there. He ain't go to New England because of the money.
No, they said they didn't go to New England because
he didn't go there because Bill O'Brien.
No. He's cool with Bill O'Brien now. It was the money. The guaranteed money was not good at all. I think it was like Mo said 4. I thought it was 5 million that was guaranteed. But the thing about it is, Patriots got the most cap space right now than any team in the NFL. So you know they're going to be busy come next year, right? Even though there's certain players that Belichick wants on his team, but at the same token though, your quarterback is going. This quarterback's going to. It's this make or break year for this quarterback, regardless of who you have up there at the skill positions. Okay, but again, if I'm DeAndre Hopkins, I'm looking at Kansas City like, man, come on. What? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm coming there. Like Odell Beckham.
They didn't want another diva.
Like Odell Beckham, he got paid, and the reason why I think he got paid is because I think Lamar Jackson went to bat for him to get what he got. But I'm excited to see him play with Lamar. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that division gonna be fun to watch this year. Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, oh day. You got Joe Burrows. You got that quarterback and that sophomore quarterback in Pittsburgh, Lil Pinky. And you got Deshaun Watson.
Mr. Massage.
And then you got I said you got Deshaun Watson, Lil Pinky, you got Lamar, and you got Joe Burrows. Man, that division gonna be a lot of fun to watch.
Little Pinky. We can call the shot Lil Pinky.
That's why I was hoping that Devon Cook and DeAndre Hopkins went to the Patriots, because that division would have been in that same situation before. Every game's going to count, man, for both of the divisions. I'm telling you that ooh, sucky now. It's going to be good, man. It's going to be great. I can't wait. I just can't wait. We almost at the end of our show. Next week, Mo, you and Dana, y'all can start practicing your pick'ems, how y'all want to do them. Yeah, if y'all want to start off with Kyle's games, let me know what y'all want to do, how y'all want to do it. We can do it. We can do it at the beginning of the show, and just go from there. I know it's still early, but we can just do a scenario on how we want to do it, so you guys can get into the routine of doing the pickings, because preseason is only a couple weeks away. We're gonna get it, and you only got two preseason games coming up now.
Game.
Who's playing the Hall of Fame game? Is it? I think the Cleveland play.
Don't nobody care about the Browns.
I think it's Cleveland and Jets. I think. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you like Hard Knocks, the New York Jets are gonna be on there. Your boy,
that's right.
My man, he don't want to be on Hard Knocks, but I think you're gonna get to see a part of Aaron Rodgers that you never saw before. So it's gonna be really interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't get a chance to talk about no WNBA, but I just
want to show the shower.
They're gonna show the shower.
I want to give. I want to give my Connecticut Sons a shout out. They doing really good right now. I think they're in third place, but they're looking really, really good. Got my homegirl from Harrisburg, PA, out there doing a thing, getting triple doubles and double doubles and quadruple doubles and double this and double that. I think the All-Star game is coming up for them real soon.
That was Sunday.
It was Sunday? Oh, man. You know what? I'm really
out of it. You're really out of it.
Man, because I heard something this morning on there. I was like, oh. I said, so, because they're talking to my girl from the Connecticut Sun, Alicia Thomas. She's from Harrisburg. She getting triple doubles, double doubles, single doubles, quadruple doubles for them. And she was talking this morning. I said to my mom, I said, oh, the All-Star game coming up. So it was already why would it, today's Monday, why would they pre-record? They should have something new coming. See, man, they got me all messed up. Man, shucky ducky quack quack. But anyway,
yeah,
the All-Star game will be in Phoenix next year. I'm gonna try to make that. All-Star game in Phoenix. I've never been to Phoenix before, so I think I might try to make that. But ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the last 2.5 hours for the show. It's always a lot better for me when I got my host on it. Like last week, it was rough for me. Throat was sore, scratchy. You know what I'm saying? But things happen. But anyway, though, guys, I appreciate you. Man, I got your family in my prayers. You, Mo, Dana, y'all too. Y'all definitely know if you need anything, man, I ain't nothing but a phone call away. Mo, I'm just right down the street from you anyway. So, I can hop on 81 and be there anytime. Dana, I got to fly to come see you. Last time I came down there, you was too busy to come say hi to me. So I don't know if I want to come down there.
I owe you. I owe you dinner.
But tell your sister, if she wants to come on and do the Black History, we all for it, baby. We all for it.
Okay, yeah, for all of that. We that's right now. We'll be back together.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this to you. I was with Oz with somebody in my family for a while. I don't know if you saw my post. But my mom's gone, but a situation happened with some stuff with my mom, and we got reconnected. And I was like, Mom, all we know how to bring the family back together, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And it was so weird because I was just sitting there talking to myself, and I said, she done did it again. All right, guys, man, y'all take care. You guys be safe out there. All right.
Y'all too, fellas.
Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by K Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart. Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida, and Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. Remember, we throw stones and we do live in glass houses. Big-time players make big-time plays and big-time games. Stay ready to be ready. You have been listening to an In the Zone Sports Talk Radio production. Remember, you can hear us again on star107fm.com on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by KD from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania,